Happy Victory Tuesday, Ravens fans. The Ravens get it done 27-13 to win their third straight game as they take down the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football last night. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us as we look back on the Ravens win. We'll get a complete recap and analysis coming up in just one moment on the Ravens victory. But before we dive in too much into this game, folks, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to the Ravens Rundown. We had a watch party last night. Myself, Trace Gerard from Saints Now, and we had an incredible time. And look, here's the deal. If you want more watch parties, you want more live shows like that, then we got to have more subscribers on the channel. We got to get those subscriber numbers up so we can deliver you guys more content. Each and every day, we're covering the latest Ravens news, rumors, trades, free agency, and more. But if you want to have more live shows like we did last night, the great time that we had, got to be subscribed. And if you subscribe, then our bosses will notice, and we'll get to do more stuff like we did last night. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. And sub for dubs. What better way to celebrate the Ravens win than subbing here on the channel? If you love the Ravens, love that win, subscribe now. 27-13, the Ravens get it done, and I got to tell you, I was very impressed with this Ravens team with their performance on Monday night. And look, I get it, the Saints are not very good right now. I get that. But think about the factors that were going into this game for the Ravens when it came just to the injury front, to the skill positions. Obviously, you didn't have J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, no Mark Andrews, no Rashad Bateman. I mean, this team was just banged up, and we were wondering how the offense was going to even operate with those guys. And Lamar Jackson, although he didn't pass the ball great, he still ran the ball well with 93 rushing yards. Kenyan Drake stepped up and was really good in the run game with 93 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And it was really about the defense here. The defense, for me, what I saw from this Ravens team on that side of the ball was one of, if not the best performances we've seen all year from the Ravens on the defensive side of the ball. You go into the bye week now, and hopefully you get a lot of these guys healthy here. That's the end goal, I think, when you see the way this team has just dealt with these injuries, that you survived New Orleans and you looked fine in that win. And the other thing about this, too, of what I liked from the Ravens in particular, besides just surviving, getting out of Monday night's game with a dub and dominating the way that they did, but protecting that fourth quarter lead. We have talked about a lot on this channel over the course of this season, how the Ravens have struggled to protect these fourth quarter leads. This game was never in question. This game was never in doubt. The Ravens controlled it from start to finish. That's a good sign of a football team that's getting better as the season goes. So, what's your one-word reaction to the Ravens' performance against the New Orleans Saints? My one word is domination. I love the way that these guys stepped up and dominated and controlled the game in all 3 phases. To me, that's what I look at, is the domination that this team put together. Give me one word in the comments section. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it and give me your one word to describe the Ravens' performance against New Orleans. So let's talk about Kenyan Drake now. Kenyan Drake, we mentioned, 24 carries, 93 yards in 2 touchdowns, was very effective in this performance that he was able to put together. And what I saw from Kenyan Drake, this was a guy that you look at this Ravens running back room, and no one's been able to quite stand out. We've seen some flashes from time to time this year, but nobody has been able to be that standout guy. Before Monday, Kenyan Drake was the only Ravens running back that had a single game all year with over 90 rushing yards. Now he's done it twice. And so, look, I don't know if Kenyan Drake is going to be number 1 or 2 in the running back depth chart. But at the very least, if Kenyan Drake's your number 3 guy, whatever it may be, you have options now. To know how shorthanded they were and they could call upon Kenyan Drake and not miss a beat in the run game, that was huge. I liked what I saw from Kenyan Drake there. Today's show is sponsored by Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom, where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords in ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, 1 tree planted, and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, and more. It makes for a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot, within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or Lady, we can build our own Ravens Rundown Kingdom. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel and save that extra 10%. Let's build our kingdom together. I'm already Lord Tyler Jones. You can be like me and be a Lord as well at establishedtitles.com/chat. So now let's talk about Lamar Jackson. And look, Lamar Jackson did not have a whole lot of help to work with going into the night. But to his credit, he did what he could to make things work. It's one of those situations like, what's the saying? Just find a way to make chicken salad, right? That's what Lamar Jackson did. He made chicken salad. 82 rushing yards. Passing game wasn't that great, 12 of 22, 133 yards and a touchdown, but they controlled the tempo. They did what they needed to do. They put this offense in position to score. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't a Picasso painting by Lamar Jackson, but he did what he needed to do. And you look at all the different guys that got involved. Granted, there was 12 completions here, but Isaiah Likely, James Prochet, Josh Oliver, DeSean Jackson, Kenyan Drake, DeMarcus Robinson, Justice Hill, Mike Davis, Devin Duvernay, and Patrick Ricard. Oh, that was a mouthful. All caught a pass. So he was trying to find something, and it worked. It was good enough. Name an MVP for the Ravens win. Was it Lamar? Was it Kenyan Drake? Was it Justin Houston, who we're about to talk about here in a second? Give me an MVP for the Ravens win, and let me know in the comment section below. So Justin Houston, man, this guy's been in the league a little bit now. And he looked like the Justin Houston that we saw put up 20 sacks in the mid-2010s when he was in Kansas City. Justin Houston found the fountain of youth last night. 3 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and an interception. Justin Houston was phenomenal. And to think that they signed him towards the very end of the offseason, they weren't sure they were going to bring him back, and the Ravens are so glad they brought Justin Houston back. And when he was brought in, it was like, okay, he'll be a rotational piece. He'll be a good mentor of sorts of the younger players. He hasn't been just a rotational piece. He's been a key piece to this defense. Justin Houston was awesome last night. Marlon Humphrey also played a really good game. 7 tackles, 1 sack, getting some pressure. And with the sacks that piled up, they held the Saints to under 200 yards passing. I liked what I saw from Marlon Humphrey there. How would you rate that Ravens defense? I liked what I saw. I think they've made tremendous strides from where they were at week 2 in that performance against the Miami Dolphins of that debacle. They've come a long way from where they were at. How would you rate the Ravens defense? Scale it for me, 1 through 10, in the comment section below, how you would rate the performance from the Ravens defense. One more note before we go. DeSean Jackson left the game with a hamstring injury. And this was Jackson's debut with the Baltimore Ravens. He ended the night with just 1 catch for 16 yards. And Ravens fans were excited that he was making his debut, considering that how shorthanded they were, and they just needed bodies involved here. And DeSean Jackson did a good job of getting open. Hopefully this hamstring thing doesn't linger on, because even for just the little bit that we saw of him last night, he showed some shades that, hey, he's getting the rust off, that he's still got something left on the tank going forward. So look forward to see DeSean Jackson out there. Had a great time last night. The party continues on social media as we celebrate Victory Tuesday here on the channel. Also on social media at Tyler Jones Live. Give me a follow there, and I'll see you next time right here on the Ravens Rundown. So long.